Hi everyone, I'm Mary with Mary Greeley News. I'm very happy that you're here to join me. Looks like we got a few snowflakes going on at Old Faithful, and it's starting to erupt there. Good timing for me to do a report what's going on at Yellowstone. Have you heard about the government's new Ministry of Truth? They are the ones that's going to decide what is truth and what is lies. Maybe we should have ate more of our vegetables instead of allowing them to become politicians and control our government. Ministry of Truth sounds like something from the book 1984, where they tell you what to think and not to think. You know, this all actually started back in 2012 when Barack Obama signed an executive order getting rid of the Smith-Mudd Act that made it illegal to put out fake information, propaganda to the U.S. public through radio, social media, things like that. We know they've been lying to us and they've been censoring, shadow banning, kicking people off of different social media groups when people report things that they feel are not true. Well, maybe they should investigate USGS. An example, 2 days ago when I did a report about Yellowstone, they said there was a magnitude 0.0 earthquake, when in fact it was a magnitude 2.1, I think it was. And today's earthquake reports are no different whatsoever. They've been doing this censoring for a long time. If they can't shut you down, they try and go after your jobs, try to make you out as a nutcase, things like that. Any way to discredit you, they do. Yeah, it's a nice picture of Old Faithful going off. USGS, as I often mistakenly call them, USGS says there was only 2 earthquakes today, one a 0.1. But it was actually a magnitude 1.13. There's the seismic signature, and we'll go to the spectrogram. Why do they lie about the fact that Yellowstone is recharging? They don't want people to panic. They want you to continue to spend your money, buy property, keep the stock market going, and yeah, things are bad enough as it is with inflation, the food shortages, which in my opinion is all created. They want everyone to keep their heads in the sand. This here is a monitor from Maple Creek, and I have 3 of them that I'm using. Let me pull this up for you. This one here, which shows the earthquake, that's from the borehole, a very deep well, probably close to about 600 feet under the ground. There's the earthquake right there. Let me make that one bigger. And we'll take a look at its seismic signature. Yeah, some hot water and hot steam came up there at that monitor. Whereas the Maple Creek monitor, yeah, it looks a little bit hotter. Let me show you the location. All right, here is the monitor, the borehole for the Madison River area. And then up over here is for Maple Creek. And this is the location of the supposed 0.1, which actually is a magnitude 1.3. The next one they are saying was a magnitude 0.9. And let me show you, it was near the Snake River Plateau. Now that is supposedly the location of the earthquake. This here is the Snake River Plateau. Down over here we got, let's see, what lake is that? Upper Red Rock Lake. And then Hedgen Lake. We got Henry's Lake right there. And then Hedgen Lake is up over here. Okay, and there's the earthquake, 0.9. Hedgen Lake, Henry's Lake, Red Rock Lake. The only earthquake that shows up on this monitor for Maple Creek is right here. It doesn't show up for the borehole, and it doesn't show up on Lake Butte. This is Lake Butte on the right. I don't know if it was a coincidence that this earthquake occurred all the way over here at Maple Creek. Let's look at its seismic signature. You see the line of melt. But it actually comes in as a magnitude 2.17. And let's go to the spectrogram. And I shortened up the signature greatly, going by how much heat. And I'll show you the signature. See how long it rattled? And let's pull this and see. See, this is volcanic signature. This is a volcanic earthquake. It's got rounded tops. It doesn't have the points. You get earthquakes like this when magma is on the move. Now this one here, let me close this. They actually don't even report. It's another one with a real long signature. And let's pull it. See, again, volcanic. Now this one actually shows up on 3 monitors. Here we have Lake Butte. Here we have Maple Creek, and this one here is the borehole for Yellowstone Lake. And let's go, let me pull it over a little bit for this one if I can, right there. We'll go back to the signature. There you go. All right, we'll go back to the spectrogram. Yeah, look at the, I don't know, which one you want me to do? All right, we'll do this one first. All right, so this is Maple Creek. And this would probably come in as a magnitude 2.32. Getting a lot of magnitude 2s or greater earthquakes. And we'll go back to the signature. Again, it lasted a long time. This here is the monitor for Lake Butte. Remember, it's over on the east side of Yellowstone Lake. We'll look at its signature. Yeah, now, I don't need to make that enlarged to see that there was magma rising up in the system. Look at that. This morning I went and looked at what was going on the East Coast, down by Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, and up by Maine. There was some small earthquakes, again, what they're not reporting. Made me realize, well, the reason when you go to the U.S. map, let me show you, here on USGS, and they'll show you all. Now this is all the earthquakes within the last 24 hours. All of them. And there hasn't been hardly anything for the last week. Well, they're just not reporting them. This being Lake Butte, we got several instances where the blobs, yeah, that's their actual scientific term, blobs of magma was coming into the system. And look how thick that line of melt is getting there. And this is what it was showing when I pulled the files a little while ago. I just make that bigger if I can and see what we got going on. Harmonic tremors. Yep. You only have this when magma, when the volcano is recharging for its next eruption. And they don't know when. They're hoping that there'll be some kind of sign before it erupts, but there's been volcanoes around the world that have erupted with no warning at all, no earthquakes, nothing, within a matter of minutes, 10 minutes they usually say. But they're hoping there'll be a rash of earthquakes prior to an eruption. And then let me pull this over for you so you can, oops, I'll just pull it over. So you can see the date here. Over on the right will be the date when it changed over in universal time. And I thought that was interesting how it jumped and then, yeah, almost went quiet. I'll make that bigger. Yeah, more harmonic tremors. Something definitely was going on there. We can see we got an earthquake right there. And then it said, what, a blockage? Here we had magma coming in. Something happened with the monitor. Maybe it tilted. The ground lifted up. And then it started up again. There's the spectrogram. What was going on? Yeah, something happened. Yeah, I don't know. During that same time frame, here at the borehole, for Maple Creek, Madison River. This is Maple Creek. Yeah, there was all kinds of activity going on. This here is the borehole. Let me pull it over so you can see the time frame. You can see it there at the bottom, but yeah, this was going on. Look at that. Boom, 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 boom. All kinds of booms. There's a definite... let me get that to come over a little bit. Yeah, popping of the ground. Again, this is the borehole. It doesn't pick up anything outside because it's over 600 feet, probably about 600 feet, maybe a little bit deeper under the ground. And let me show you the spectrogram, what it was doing during that time frame. And we'll go to Maple Creek. All right, so this is Maple Creek, and we'll go to its signature. See how it was picking up. Now, they would say, USGS would try and tell you, oh, it's because traffic, the park's open. People are coming in, driving their cars. Some areas are still open for snowmobiles. But not when you have it on two different monitors so far apart. I mean, look at that. Boom, 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 boom. Again, this is the borehole down here, right there. And then there's Maple Creek right there. Over here on the left is Hedgen Lake. These two monitors are let's just say 6.5 miles apart. Here's another earthquake that they're not reporting. This is at the borehole, 207. This is at Maple Creek. They're not reporting it. This is Maple Creek. You can see the heat that came up. There's its signature. And that one is a magnitude 1.67. I really shortened up the signature. If I was going to do it right, I would go after the heat signature. And it's a magnitude 2.06. And it's in red, meaning the computer picked it up. So they got a message that there was an earthquake. It's on two different monitors. All right, we got one here that's a little bit larger. 1907. Let's see if they reported that. Now, this would have been yesterday, Universal Time. You can see the 4:29, and then this would be yesterday. All right, they're reporting a quarry blast up there by Butte, Montana. That's quite a ways away. A magnitude 1.8. But that's at 1902. This one's at 1907. I just got notification of 1.5 there in Wyoming. Let me pull this down for you so I can show you. It comes in as a magnitude 2.51. Again, this comes in on two monitors. We got the borehole, Maple Creek, but it doesn't really show up here for Lake Butte. And we'll look at the seismic signature. Right there. And it's marked in red for Maple Creek. Again, meaning that, yeah, the monitor picked it up. And there's quite a few little ones here. We got a little one there. A little one there. And we got one. Let me close this out. Okay, so we got one there. I think I'm on the right line. No, right there. Okay, and then I'll pull it down so you can see the other ones marked in red. Right there. But I don't see anything marked in red for the borehole. So, yeah, it was closer to the monitor there at Maple Creek than the monitors at Madison River. This is the most recent activity that it was showing there at the borehole when I pulled the files. And See, harmonic tremors. Or not harmonic, excuse me, volcanic. So I think the disinformation is going to get worse. This was posted by Mail Online. It's being headed, according to them, by a woman who's pregnant, 8 months pregnant, Russian, who called Hunter Biden's laptop a campaign product. Yeah, and she said it was just all bunk, and now we know that, yeah, the laptop from hell was real. So if you really believe that the government will warn you if, say, there's going to be a volcanic eruption, or we have a meteorite, an asteroid, going to impact the Earth, or the nukes are flying, and give you any type of warning, nope, they're not going to do that. So what are your thoughts? Put those comments down below. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Please stay safe. And I'll talk to you later. God bless you.